G'day guys, my name's Hayden. I'm the owner of HD Automotive here in Brisbane. We specialise in diesel performance as well as petrol 4x4 performance, modifications and upgrades. And here is our brand new Jimny. It's not quite brand new, it's a 2021 model, but it's brand new to me. So I had a really good friend back in the day, probably 5-6 years ago, who had a 1990s Suzuki Jimny, which is one of the hardtop ones. And we took that thing out every night to the dumbest tracks, covered the whole thing in mud, held it on the limiter, second, third gear in the mud. The thing was just an absolute weapon, and we had so many laughs and so much fun in that car. So whenever I see these cars, I'm very much reminded of those times there where we could just go out and have fun and just cause a bit of mayhem. So when I got the opportunity to get one myself, I jumped straight on it, and yeah, here she is. So a little bit of context, I've only ever owned Land Cruisers. So one of the first things I noticed when I got into this car was just how much fun it actually is to be in them. Because I feel like cars these days, they've just got every single little thing keeping you away from actually enjoying the car itself and just trying to make your day easier. You know, it's obviously they're all automatic now. Every sort of, touch screen and self-driving this and that. And this being the light model, it's got no touchscreen, no CarPlay. It has cruise control, which is cool because if I could agree with one modern adaptation to vehicles, definitely cruise control. It's not often, given what we do here, I get to get into a car these days that I haven't, seen before, haven't seen someone else build before or so on, and actually just love being in it. So this has really reignited a lot of passion for me, and I'm really looking forward to getting into it. We're gonna put on the dyno, which is why we're sitting in front of it, and we're gonna find out what sort of horsepower at the wheels these things make in bone stock factory form. We've got the stock wheels on it, still stock tires. I'd say they're 27 inch, maybe? Don't know, get the tape measure out, find out. Why would we be doing that? Well, I had a look under the bonnet of one of these relatively recently before I bought it and just looked at it and just went, that is begging for it. That thing needs a turbo. And that's what you guys will see throughout the progression of this series, a full bolt-on turbocharger kit. We've done this with many other vehicles before, built replacement turbocharger kits for them. And they've always leaned more on that side of, aftermarket performance, which is awesome. We love that. But our goal with this car here and the way we want to offer this kit into the market is by giving everyone something that if you pop the bonnet and showed someone, that's how the factory sent it out, they'd probably believe you. We just want to make the car a bit better. It's so nippy, around town, it's awesome. The second you're up 80, 90 Ks an hour and this doesn't even have any accessories on it yet, it is a little bit of a struggle to overtake. It is a little bit of a struggle to maintain speed. You're constantly sort of doing it, whereas some of the other, I can't be comparing Land Cruisers to Jimnys. They're just, obviously one's got a 4.5 litre V8, one's got a 1.5 litre 4-cylinder. But the reality is it's 2024. Most cars, they should be able to comfortably do 100. We don't want to make it this kit that it's you buy this and then you've got nothing off the shelf works anymore. Our goal is that you can buy the kit and then you can just buy a Toolkit exhaust, for example, and it all just bolts up. Easy done. So let's get into it. Let's get this thing on the dyno. Let's see what power it actually makes at the wheels, and let's go from there. All right, if you're not familiar with how a dyno works or what the point of a dyno is, come on over and I'll show you. We got some rollers here, okay? The wheels, once sitting in the dyno bed itself, the car's gonna wanna drive forward, okay? So we've got a strap here that we're gonna attach on to, say, the lower control arm. Some chocks at the front. As that car wants to drive forward, it's gonna pull upward into this roller. So this here, as you can see, it's connected on both sides and then connected to the retarder, the brake in there, and then measured against an arm inside the bed. That back roller does nothing, so that's just to put it in there. So for context, that's how dyno works. Obviously then it is measured through software and tooling here to give us our numbers here. The goal is to measure horsepower and torque, all of it. Brody, you got any guesses?
What are these? What is it, 1.5 litre?
Yeah.
98 horsepower?
Like an 84.
I mean, it is a modern 1.5 litre.
It feels like 84 horsepower. Like, it feels like 84 horsepower. It's so cute on the dyno. Look at it. It's like goes to here. And I've moved the dyno forward heaps. I could do 2 Jimnys on the dyno at once, side by side, I reckon. Could call it a Jimmy, like everyone else calls it a Jimmy. All right, what size tires are they? 195, 80, 15. Also known as monster truck tire. All right, so now we've got to set the RPM on the dyno. So you're gonna flick the fan on, it's gonna get loud for a minute, Brody's gonna keep filming, and we're gonna set the tacho, and then we're literally just gonna warm it up for a minute, do a run, and yeah. Hopefully, you know, it doesn't break any dyno horsepower records for most amount of horsepower ever made, so we'll see. First problem, the car thinks it's doing a skid, like a burnout, and it wants to stop it from doing that. So it's pulling out, it's putting on like traction control. So to make that go away, we're gonna find the ABS fuse, take that off. There we go, all right. What do we got? I'm gonna try the ABS solenoid fuse. All right. Couple things to point out there. I had to do a couple runs on it because at the start, the ramp rate was just right, a little bit of heat, and it just wasn't working out. So I ended up getting the ramp rate, which is how quickly the vehicle accelerates on the dyno, how much load is applied to the dyno to actually load the engine up properly. Ended up finding that sweet spot there, and I could finally see in a torque graph very much how the vehicle drives on the road, because if you've ever driven one of these, you know it just sort of like peaks up at the start. It's why it's very nippy around town. And then the second you're just on the highway or past that peak area of around sort of 3,000 RPM, it's just gutless. Like it just struggles to feel like it's moving, apart from the fact that gears are turning and engines are running, you know? So this here is our torque graph and this is our power graph. So right at 2,400 RPM, we're seeing our peak torque number of 115 Newton meters to the wheels. And we are seeing our peak power of 72 horsepower at 4,800 Newton meters, RPM. So that's right at pretty much red line. I thought these revved to 6 something. Okay, so I know I just said it revs to 5,200 on the dyno, which apparently is not true, because I've now just taken it on the road and I can quite comfortably rev it to 6,000 RPM. 72 horsepower. I guess I was, what did I say, 84? 80 something? What did you say?
Way over, I was like
You're
98.
Wrong. Yeah, see, you haven't driven it. Yeah. They are slow. That is day 1, episode 1 of the Jimny done. We just wanted to figure out what these things are all about, because I don't know, I sort of felt like they're underpowered, and as it turns out, they bloody are. I reckon if we double it, 200?
200 minimum.
All right, we got someone here who wants 200 horsepower. I just want to see double. And Brody just wants to go 50. I still love her. I'll forgive her for this one because she's going to make more power in the future. So if you like what you see and you want to see more videos coming of this car, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, because It's the only way you're going to keep up to date with the latest videos on the Jimny, because I don't know, I haven't seen one done on YouTube just yet, so I'm really excited to get some content out there. So like the video, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Oh, first they blocked the Suez Canal, and now they block my whole road. Bloody evergreen, mate. Bro. They're Jimnys, they're just